We're live. I guess in today's episode we're going to be talking about like random things. So, I honestly don't know what to talk about. It's one of those days I just didn't have anything planned out about what to talk about, so. Yeah, well, anyway, I did go somewhere. Yesterday I went to GameStop, and they were open. Like, the store, inside the store, it was open, like, and I was just so happy that, one of the stores that, stayed open even before everything shut down, it's, one of those things, like, it was exciting to, see a store open. Like, Break Clips, I guess, is open. I guess they closed when I showed up. And like, one thing I'm planning is get my hair cut. Because my hair's kind of long and kind of wouldn't have it cut. Just kind of one of those things. But it was really cool going in GameStop. I was so happy to go inside. I found a lot of cool things. I found a Batman fanny pack, which I did not even know they still make those. But I bought it because it was just like, well, it's Batman, so might as well, But also it was like, I have like Power Up Rewards card, which is like, get a discount off things. So that, and I ordered the Last of Us Part 2. I pre-ordered that. That was basically why I went in there. Was just to pre-order that game, and I really love the first one, so hopefully the second one, I've heard rumors like the second one's gonna be like shitty and bad and yada 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 on Twitter. But it's I'm one of those people who's like, when I'm told a video game is bad, I have to play it for myself. But not WWE 2K20. I avoided that like the plague. I would say coronavirus, but it's still out there. But the plague, I avoided it like the plague. But when I saw the New Legacy people play it, New Legacy Inc. play it, I just was like, I'd rather watch them play WWE 2K20 because it's actually entertaining to hear, them make jokes about it. Because like, if I played a video game like that was like full of glitches, I'd be pissed that I spent $60 on a video game and it's just shit. So like, there's a lot of video games that I look forward to seeing, like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remastered or rehydrated. I look forward to playing that one. That's one video game I look forward to playing. So like, that's just kind of how I am. I just say, like, I bought LA Noire. that was it. Like, that video game and the fanny pack thing. So So, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, I posted something on one of my social media accounts, like, because I was like leaving the page, like I was just, I don't post a lot on social media that much. I want to get this one out of the way, but it was just, I wrote on there like, I had a good run in here. Goodbye, good night. A lot of people are wondering if I'm going to come back and, you know, return, blah, 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 you know. I don't know. I mean, like, here's the thing. During this whole pandemic, my uncle passing away, all this shit, I don't feel like being on, I mean, I like social media, it's fun, you know, you get to see a lot of cool, interesting things, but one thing that kind of taught me through his death and the pandemic, life is short. Life is short, and the things you enjoy in life can be taken away easily. And for me, I don't want to be stuck in a house a lot. I don't want to be, you know, like on social media 24/7, which I don't mind being on social media, interacting with people, talking to family members who live at a far distance from me. You know, like all the way near the border of Arkansas. And, well, between the border of Arkansas and Kansas. Alright. Like, I realize I want to go out and enjoy life. Like, before social media, before everything about it, I used to go to Six Flags a lot. And I enjoyed it. Basically, not just the rides itself, the arcade and all that, skee ball. I enjoy taking photographs. I love photography. I love taking photos and stuff. And I always enjoy taking photos of roller coasters because I always thought, like, this is so amazing how technology and everything can build this amazing structure and all that. And that's what I loved. I loved roller coasters, just the fascination of it. Like, I remember as a kid, I wanted to build roller coasters. And I loved the video game Roller Coaster Tycoon. The first two are my favorite. The third one, I started playing it, and I just sort of like, I enjoyed it, but, you know, I enjoyed the original ones. And I heard, like, Planet Coaster's really good. I haven't played it. One of these days I'm going to try, you know, playing it. I've seen a lot of the cool mods they've made of it, like, people who are, like, really into, like, Six Flags Magic Mountain and Six Flags Fiesta Texas and all, and I think Over Texas, like, they made these amazing mods of the theme parks where you can, like, run it and stuff. Like, it. Hi, we just started. I played the 5-minute long intro, so we're 5 minutes in. So, I seen all these cool mods, and I just thought, like, these are so cool and stuff, and it, you know, made me, like look at the old photographs I've taken, because I have a scrapbook of, like, old photos I took of Six Flags and all that. And it just made me realize, like, throughout this entire pandemic and all that, I really want to go back and take photographs of theme parks. I would love to go to Fiesta Texas. Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Because they made, like, this Gotham City, and it's not like the one we have here in the Show Me State. their Gotham City is so wide, so big, and so open. The one in the Show Me State, Six Flags St. Louis, is not big as the one in Fiesta, Texas, because it's like a small section, and the parts that take over it is this basketball shoot game, which is dumb. No one wins it. I'll be honest with you, no one wins it, you know. What else takes over it? The small theater where it has like the Looney Tunes singing. I don't know why they just don't move it over to where the Colossus is. Because nobody goes to the Western shows, I'm sorry. No one. They're talented people, don't get me wrong. It's just their music sucks. Like, I don't want to hear country music. So, I'd rather hear Bugs Bunny sing Jump by Van Halen than anything. Because, I mean, that's my favorite fucking song on the planet. Two, Bugs Bunny singing it, shut up and take my money. Like, you know, so, same. And also, like, the third reason of it is like, I watch a lot of YouTubers do Six Flags videos. Like, Savage Mister is by far one of my favorite YouTubers. He goes to like Six Flags over Texas. He went to Fiesta, Texas, which was really cool. And I remember talking to him like once about like Fiesta, Texas and stuff. Like, and I really enjoy his videos. Like, he is like really like a lot of YouTubers always put on the facade and act like, oh, you know, we're just humble, we're cool, and you know, yada yada yada. But in reality, they're just like, watch our videos, watch these ads, you make money. Like, Savage Mister is a humble person, like really like grounded, legit guy who enjoys what he's doing. And I really like his videos just because he's just a very, you know, like a dude who's like, look at this park. And he shows everybody around. It's like, not only one, he's entertaining you, too, he's like giving you like, you know, the inside scoop of, you know, what you could do in the park, but also how to get to like rides quicker by cutting through a store. Which, I mean, who hasn't done that? Like, I've done it. Like the longest line I ever stood in was the Boss when it first opened. I was just like, and when Thunder River came around, I was just like, fuck this. I mean, it's been a while since I've been at a theme park, because one, I'm old. Two, like, once you get on rides, you get on the Freeze, Mr. Freeze, you get on the Screaming Eagle, then you get on the Boss. After the Boss, you realize you are not young. You are not that 10-year-old energy bald kid who can go through 3 rides and still keep going. Like, you're old. You are not that anymore. Like, I'm not making this up. I would get on like Screaming Eagle, Freeze, the Boss, and I'm trying to think of the other ride. It wasn't American Thunder. American Thunder wasn't built. Mine Train. And you realize, like, doing it again, this time you're older, and this time you have nieces and nephews you're taking to the park, and you realize, I'm not, like, I'm not making this up. Like, the last time we did that, I was, like, walking, and I was just like, oh, shit, I'm tired. Not only that, but your body gets hit by these rides, and you realize, and you see your nieces and nephews going like, I was like, go to the Mine Train. Go to the Mine Train. I'll stand here at this restaurant, get an icy Coke. Go. I'm good. You know, like that's what you realize. Like you realize you are not that young, youthful cub lion. You're just the old lion who's just like, you go. You know. But I mean, like for me, I enjoy walking around the park and stuff. Like that's what I enjoy. Like, I mean, now I enjoy the rides every now and then when I see when I see the skyscraper that takes you up like several feet in the air and spin you around so you can look around the park. You're like, fuck that, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that ride. Or you see the Superman Tower of Power, you're like, I can ride that ride from a far distance outside the park. But once you get up, 3 feet from it, you're like, and you look up, you're like, oh hell no. Yeah, like. But I mean, the funny thing about it, like my sister, who I jokingly called Dwight, and who's also a Deadpool fan. Like I bought her like the funniest thing ever, and I gave it to her like when I dropped off the old TV because she wanted my dad got a new TV and she was like, "Is he getting rid of the old one?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I'll take it." I was like, "You don't need a TV." She goes, "No, like one of the kids do." And I gave her like this Deadpool mask. It's a Deadpool mask that you put on. It's like literally like the Deadpool mask itself, and I got it for like $7. And she was like, "I don't need a face mask cover, but I could wear this one." But she had like a rough. My sister had a rough fucking year as well. She got exposed to the COVID again. I was just like, well, shit. And it scared the shit out of me. Like, I jumped back 2 or 3 feet from her. Like seriously? Like, didn't you just get over the possibilities of it? And she goes, yeah, but people we work with are fucking retarded. It's just like, I was like, at that point, you just quit your job and just go unemployment. Like, just join the club. Like, and she realized, like, if I do that and I'm stuck here, you don't realize it's just me and them. She goes, I need to get out of the house. She's like, I have kids, grandkids. I need to get out. So she's like, but I wore the mask, I had the hand sanitizer, the wet wipes to, bleach. I was like, what do you need bleach for? So she's good now. I mean, like I checked on her like yesterday, and I'm going to, I think, around noon, because she's not a morning person like me, so she likes sleeping in. So the point I'm getting to with the account, I said goodbye and good night, is once everything clears up and opens, I want to do YouTube. I want to buy a camera one of these days, and I just want to record shit. Like, will I do like the podcast of video and all that? No, most likely not. But I want to do video journals. I don't know why. I want to, like, go to haunted places. The Limp Mansion's one of them. Once St. Louis County and all that opens up, I want to go there. Possibly spend one night in the Limp Mansion. See how that goes. I want to do that. Like, I enjoy Instagram. I'm still going to post on my personal page and my podcast page and stuff. But I want to do YouTube. I really want to record and do documentary type shit on YouTube. Like, I love, YouTube channels like, the Savage Mister, the Dan Bell page, video. This is Dan Bell, where he does that hotel, the hotel videos, like it shows how disgusting hotel rooms are and stuff. Like I really enjoy that, and I enjoy Dan Bell's documentary videos and stuff. Like I love his videos and stuff. Like I think the dude's independent. He doesn't need a lot of, money and all that. He just does it. It's really cool documentary independent stuff. I really enjoy. Like I want to do that type of stuff. Like I enjoy doing podcasting. It's fun. It's exciting and stuff. But I really want to do more. Like once everything reopens, there's freedom to finally travel wherever you want to go and not be 6 feet apart from other people. Even though for me, I'm still going to do social distancing. I've done it before social distancing. I'll do it after social distancing. But for me, like, I remember this quote that I heard through going through tough times. Like I remember this quote someone said, like, and I remember when I first heard it, I didn't get it until like yesterday. It's in order to move forward with life after dark things happening. After dark things happening is to love yourself and focus on yourself only. Like, I never understood it until yesterday. And for everybody who goes through depression, anxiety, and stuff, is love yourself. And, that's the thing I want to say to people is just, love yourself. Love what you're doing and love your life. That is how life should be, is, especially through this time. Like, how crazy it is? Like I'm not making this up. Like, I was in GameStop, and I talked to 3 people, 3 strangers I don't even know. And I never realized how much I miss talking to people. In person at times and stuff. And I was just talking to 3 people, and it was like, I'm not making this up. It was about Pokemon. I have not watched Pokemon or played Pokemon cards in years. I don't know why. Like, I bought a Batman fanny pack in LA Noire because I wanted to solve a murder mystery. And somehow, going from a rated M for mature video game, I'm talking about Pokemon. I don't know why. But it was really interesting. I didn't know that America does not get a lot of the cool extra stuff in Pokemon. Instead we get cheated out of stuff. I did not know that. And it was just like crazy. Like, in Last of Us Part 2, we talked about, like, I played the first one, and I look forward to the sequel one of these days. But so for me, it was really interesting. Like, one person said, like, I did not realize how much I miss talking to people, because we're always several feet apart and stuff, and it was really interesting. And stuff. And someone asked me, did you see Detective Pikachu? And I was like, yeah, I did. It was really actually really good. It was a really good movie. Ryan Reynolds is funny as Pikachu. I never realized, one thing I have to say, Ryan Reynolds should play every cartoon character. Imagine if he did the voice of Sonic, you know how crazy that would have been? If he voiced Sonic? That would have been insane. Drinking orange juice, by the way. So anyway, let's get to the geek news and all that. But, I really like that quote, love yourself. Because there's always a lot of people who just don't. They always say, I don't like myself. It's no. You should love yourself. You should love who you are as a person. That's how it should be, So, Batwoman's ratings spike with Batman. I like the photos Batwoman. I don't know why I don't like it. And you have someone dressed in the Val Kilmer Batman suit. That is definitely not Val Kilmer. Batwoman's ratings spiked, but it looks like a result of the series using Batman. It's still considered less. Few episodes of Batwoman series have used Batman-related characters. The villain Hush is introduced and confirmed for Season 2. Sunday's episode saw what was the big reveal of Bruce Wayne. Since the results of April 26, Batman's ratings spiked nearly 20% from 634 viewers to around 752 viewers this past Sunday. Following Crisis on Infinite Earth in December, the Batwoman's ratings tanked to a series low in January with How Queer Everything Is Today and The Unbirthday Present episodes picked February and March. The series went on a long-month hiatus result of the low numbers again, and viewership managed to pick up the last 3 episodes. He recently announced next year's Arrowverse crossover will taken on the Batman and Superman's World's Finest from DC Comics. Instead of Batman, Batwoman will be teaming up with Tyler Hoechlin's Superman, who will be getting his own series. Speculations may be due to use of Bruce Wayne in Sunday's episode of Batwoman that Batman may be part of the World's Finest crossover. I doubt it. Batwoman Season 2 is set to debut January 21st and will feature Warren Christie as Bruce Wayne. I don't know what Batman improving Batwoman's ratings is rather iconic. When the Batwoman series was first started, it's with anti-man. Well, things once anti-thing, when they start losing, they're going to have to use they're anti-something to help improve ratings and stuff. So, for me, I've been saying, I said it once in an episode, Batwoman should have been its own separate entity. I know they were trying to go with who needs Batman when you have Batwoman and stuff. And the point I'm making, I said in the episode was Batwoman should have not been in Gotham. Instead, she should have been in her own city. And that's what it should have been. I don't know why they have to do that. One thing I always wonder is, after Crisis on Infinite Earths, I didn't see the show. Sadly, I didn't finish. I did see it. I just didn't finish it after what they did with Batman Kevin Conroy. Like, I thought it was a bunch of bullshit. Because it's like, how do you do that to the guy who voiced Batman since the 90s, almost 2 decades of being Batman? You finally get this dude to appear as Bruce Wayne Batman, and you kill him. Not in a heroic way of killing him. Not, he, takes a bullet for Kate, or he fights an evil villain and, dies in battle. Like Dark Knight Returns, how Bruce Wayne faked his death. I honestly don't think they should have faked it. I think they should have just let him... I know this is going to sound controversial. I love Dark Knight Returns. I think it's an epic book. But they should have just let him die. Like, where he makes Superman realize, what have I become? Why did I let them do what they did? Referring to the government. But they didn't. They let him fake his death, and then we got Dark Knight Strikes Again as a result of it. But you killed off Kevin Conroy's Batman by having him be kicked into an electrical thing by Kate Kane. He didn't put up a fight. He didn't really have a fight. Kate Kane came in, whoosh, kick, and he falls in the electric thing. He gets killed. And I think Iron Sheik said it best in an interview, where Iron Sheik said, "Fucking bullshit." That was my response. Like, when I saw that, all I thought of was Iron Sheik saying fucking bullshit. And I follow Iron Sheik on Twitter, and he is legendary. Like, he has a really fascinating documentary that was on Netflix about his life, Iron Sheik, from growing up in Iran, then coming to America to be a pro wrestler. And it was really fascinating documentary about his life and, everything. Like, everybody loves the cartoony Iron Sheik interviews. I'm not saying he's cartoony. No, I'm not saying that, but the interviews where he puts up this character of, loud and all these things, but getting to see like this different side of him is just like, you have to respect him. Like, he, represented Iran in the Olympics, became a gold medal winner, then coming to America to be a pro wrestler. Like my favorite, like the most craziest story of Iron Sheik was he was feuding with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is one of my favorite WWF wrestlers. I'm a fan of Sting, Chris Jericho, Le Champion. Jim Duggan's like one of my favorites. Like, I am a fan of Jim Duggan from his AWA run, where he came out with a 2x4 and started whacking the shit out of people. Because he was doing like the Walking Tall type thing. And for those who've never seen Walking Tall, The Rock did the movie, but there was an original movie, but it's based on a true story. The true story is crazy. Like it's kind of weird though. Like, the first time, like, I don't really talk much about wrestling, but I feel like wanting to. I remember him and Junkyard Dog teamed up. You know, like that was pretty awesome. But I remember when he came out with the 2x4 and started beating the shit out of people. I mean, he didn't like really beat the shit out of them, like where they were bloody on the ring and stuff. But he was badass. Like he carried the 2x4. He was like, "I'm gonna beat the crap out of you." Like, you know, like he was awesome. Then he became in WWF the guy carrying the American flag, going, "Oh," you know, like all that with the 2x4 and stuff. Like they took away the badassery of a character and made him cartoony in WWF. And I get it. Like WWF back then was like what it is now, for minus the cringe fest of today. You know, like I'm sorry, if you're not big as Hulk Hogan, you should not do the Hulk Hogan hulking up pose and all that with Hogan. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. You are skinny. You shouldn't do it. You know, like I'm sorry. Like, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. Hulk Hogan's cool, okay? It's kind of funny though. Like, I was talking wrestling with my cousin. My cousin's a big wrestling fan, and he was just like, "I love the classic '80s Hogan and stuff." And I was just like, "Really? I like the when he was the bad guy, the NWO Hogan." Before he wore Tommy Hilfiger clothes, okay? Trying to look gangster. Okay? He shouldn't have done that. It's like, you are 40 years old, man. Don't dress like you're a gangster, a rapper, and all that. But, yeah. Well, anyway. So... like, I remember he came out, he wore like this plaid shirt, button plaid shirt. It was open. It had the NWO Wolfpack, and he had this like this hat on his head. His had like the white and the red NWO. It was the NWO Elite, and he had Tommy Hilfiger jeans and the boots, and he tried to look gangster. I have the photo. I found the photo, and I'm going to upload on the Josh of Gotham podcast Instagram page. It's like, when I first saw that, I was just like, no. Like, it's like, dude, you went from wearing the yellow and red, you know, say your prayers, take your vitamins, brother, to that. No. It's like you could get a pass by coming out to Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Child, which, by the way, WWE should pay extra to let them use the music on the network. Okay? Hulk Hogan coming out to Voodoo Child is badass and awesome. Alright? Like, The Rock has that cool, Hollywood theme and No Way Out. Let Hogan come out to Voodoo Child. Like, the guy deserves it. Okay, he's Hulk Hogan. He's the Babe Ruth of, WWE. I mean, you got that $1 billion from doing those stupid Crown Jewel events. I mean, they're not stupid. But, I mean... Okay, they're kind of stupid. Once you found out they killed the journalist, you're like, it's kind of bad. But but you got that $1 billion, and you got the money from, doing the XFL. Pay for the fucking Voodoo Child rights, alright? Just pay for it. Like, let people enjoy... I mean, that's the thing about the WWE Network. Like, I tried the free trial for New Japan Pro, New Japan World, New Japan Pro Wrestling and stuff. It was actually fun to watch, but especially the Okada Omega match, like that was epic. Pay for the voodoo child rights, WWE. I want to see Hogan come out to that song. Like, it's bad enough that you have to go on YouTube to find, like, the videos and stuff, like, but, yeah, anyway. It's kind of like when they took away Rob Van Dam from coming out to Walk, you know, the Pantera song, you know, respect, walk, you know, to, like, One of a Kind. Like, it's like you took away the fun part. Like, when he came out to Walk by Pantera, that was a fucking epic. Like, it's Rob Van Dam. And I don't like his TNA song, like, his Impact Wrestling song. Like, I hate that song. Like, he comes out to, like, you know, it's literally, I am not making this up, it's Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show. Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show. And they name some of his moves like the Van Daminator. It's like, what is this? And it's literally them singing like parts of his song. His song is like singing parts of his moveset. The Van Daminator. Then Rob Van Dam. The whole effing show. Or sometimes they use it, Rob Van Dam, the whole fucking show. And it's like, what am I sitting through? Like, I know the Van Daminator. He throws a chair at the dude, and he kicks a dude in the face, you know, the chair into the dude's face. But my favorite one, my favorite moment ever was Jim Ross. Was when Rob Van Dam made his debut. And he did that, and Paul Heyman goes, the Van Daminator. And Jim Ross, Van Dam it. Like, that was my favorite moment. That was Jim Ross' best time. Doing that. Yeah. But nothing tops it with Vince McMahon being a higher power, where you know, Vince McMahon removes the robe. It was stupid. Like, if I... Alright, I'll talk about the Vince thing, then I'll talk about if I did it this way. Yeah, I heard that. Like, they want to do the Snyder Cut thing. When Vince removed the robe, the top of the robe thing, and, you know, the higher power, like, and Vince is like, it was me, Austin. And Jim Ross is going, son of a bitch. Jim Ross basically gave the national reaction to everyone's feelings on that moment. But if I did it, if I booked it, mind you, I was a little kid back then, it should have been Jake Roberts. Originally it was going to be Christopher Daniels. The fallen angel Christopher Daniels, who is an awesome wrestler, Ring of Honor world champion. But Jake Roberts should have been the higher power. Like, Jake Roberts has a way with words in a promo. Like, he will get people's attention when he says stuff. And he should have been the higher power, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it would have been perfect. Like, how Steve Austin became Austin 316 was from him beating Jake Roberts at King of the Ring. Just humiliating the poor guy. Kicking him down. Roberts had, I think, a broken rib. And Austin took advantage and just beat him down and drove him out of the WWF. And Jake Roberts comes back as the higher power with the Undertaker, supporting the Undertaker, going after Austin. Like, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect setup for that entire thing. Like, you have backstory and continuity to this new story. Like, it would have worked. But it didn't. Instead, you had the corporate ministry, which was dumb. Even to the point where, when they revealed it, McMahon revealed that he was the higher power, you could see, like, the Undertaker's face, like, going like, this shit is stupid. Like, which they kind of ruined, because Undertaker you kind of got to see the best of the Undertaker as the Ministry of Darkness leader. And instead, that got kicked to the curb with Vince McMahon, it's me, Austin. So, the Undertaker was pretty fucking cool. Like, he still is this day. I can't believe he is still wrestling. That surprises me. But anyway, yeah, the Snyder Cut. It's reported that Zack Snyder's Justice League version, known as the fans as the Snyder Cut, is happening. It's not been confirmed by Warner Brothers yet, but Slash Film took to Twitter to admit he was wrong about the Snyder Cut not getting released. But reportedly, it's happening. I will say this: it's about time that they should release it. Like, it's actually a rumor that release of the Snyder Cut. It was rumored that it wasn't going to get released, but it looks like it's been massively incorrect. It actually came out. Zack Snyder held a screening for Warner Brothers, where it said that AT&T executives love what they saw and approved the funding to finish its filming. Reportedly certain that Warner Brothers executives did not like it, but the good news is that it's no longer appeared that involved with Warner Brothers. Instead, it's going to be AT&T. Here's the thing about it. AT&T has all their eggs in a basket, which is the HBO Max. And they want people to get HBO Max. The first thing they were throwing out there is like, we're going to get the Friends reunion, we're going to get the Friends everything. And it's not happening till November, supposedly, now, due to this whole COVID thing. The only thing that Zack Snyder needs to do is get the funding to finish the editing and the post-production work and all that. And blammo, you got the Snyder thing. And I will say this, like, if they get it on HBO Max and it becomes a hit, they might bet big and go like, you know what, we're going to release it on Blu-ray and DVD. Or we're going to put it back in theaters. If you think about it, they're going to get a lot of money out of it. But HBO Max, they want to make this motherfucker big. They want to make HBO Max a strong competitive punch to Disney Plus. And Disney Plus is already losing lots of it. Like, Disney lost a lot of money due to this COVID thing. And, their theme parks got hit. Now they're reopening Shanghai Disney. The box office, theaters and stuff. Like, here's the thing also. Like, instead of doing like what Warner Brothers and Paramount and I think Universal, with Invisible Man, they release all their films where everybody can buy it at different markets like iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Prime, Vudu, all these things where it's like open market where you could get the film at different varieties where you want to where you stream it. I bought Scooby-Doo on we got Scooby-Doo on Amazon Prime because I honestly been wanting to see that film. But films like Mulan got released on Disney Plus. And here's the thing about it. A lot of people don't want Disney Plus. I mean, they already ruined The Simpsons. And the thing is, a lot of people don't really want to, spend another additional, $7.99 for another streaming platform? I mean, you got Hulu, you got Netflix. I got two streaming services, which is DC Universe and Boomerang. Those are the two I got because I really like watching cartoons. But a lot of things about it is like a lot of people are not want to add on another streaming platform bill. Like a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to spend the extra money to get in another platform thing. I mean, shit, I would love to see the new Lady and the Tramp movie they made. But I ain't spending $7.99 a month to have Disney Plus. I don't watch Disney stuff. I'm very selective of what Disney stuff I watch, but also a lot of people aren't buying it is because Disney will take a lot of these films and, not just Disney films, but 20th Century Fox films that they bought and put them in the vault where nobody can buy them. Like they did that with Die Hard. It's like, you do that with Die Hard? Well, fuck you. I ain't buying it. And they did it with, I think, Predator. And it's like, you did that with Predator, with Arnie battling Predator? You know what? Fuck you too. I ain't buying it. That's what Disney's doing. Like, Disney's throwing a lot of their good shit that they acquired into a vault where, you had to wait almost a decade for it. Like, how many times you had to wait for fucking Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella to come out on DVD and Blu-ray? Because it's like, buy them while you still can before it goes back into the vault. And it's like, you know what? I ain't spending $20. Fuck you, Mickey. So, nobody's gonna buy their platform just to get new films and stuff. Black Widow, they're like, Black Widow's gonna be on Disney Plus. I don't think anybody's gonna buy Black Widow. We wanted Black Widow after the Avengers 1 and 2. You didn't give it to us, so why do we care now? Even if you got the sheriff from Stranger Things in it, nobody gives a shit. And I like the dude who played the sheriff in Stranger Things until he decided to say, like, people who voted for Donald Trump needs to get punched. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I didn't vote for Trump. But you're saying that people should get punched for doing it. Never mind, dude. Even Winona Ryder, who looked high as fuck, was like, I don't even know what this dude is saying. It's like, but the point I'm getting to is nobody is going to spend extra money for a streaming platform for one film they want to see at times. But with this Justice League, this Snyder Cut that's been all over the place, that a lot of people have been wanting to see it. I mean, it was on billboards in New York City. It was on billboards and buses in California at Comic-Con. A plane flew over with released a Snyder Cut. T-shirts sold. Stickers, decals sold. A petition going all the way to Warner Brothers. Getting people's attention from Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, Jason Momoa, to get the Snyder Cut out. It's, it reached a lot. And a lot of people have been talking about it. It's basically a movement now to get this one film released. And you got to remember, like, I said it like in one episode, they're going to get it out there because it's like Richard Donner, the original Superman director, 1 and 2, finished Superman 2, kind of. But Richard Lester filmed some of the parts that it was in the script that Donner wanted. Richard Donner got his entire films and stuff that he did for Superman 2 together and finished his cut. And it came out on DVD. And it was in theaters, actually, as well, before it came out on DVD. That changed the entire platform of Superman. It made the other two films, ironically enough, it made the other two films that Richard Lester did meaningless. Which is pretty cool. And I watched the Superman 1, the Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, and they were basically really good films. It was almost like one movie. Two films in one movie was basically what it was. And it was pretty amazing how Donner did it. Donner filmed both films back to back, but had to quit doing Superman 2 to finish 1 because of budget reasons. And also he worked with Alexander and Ilya Solkine, who, for cheapskates. So it was really interesting, but also, like, it's going to be amazing when the Snyder Cut comes out. I look forward to seeing it. I seen Justice League in theaters. I enjoyed it, kind of. Except when Batman smiles, I was just like, oh shit. But also, like, when you watch it, like, you could tell Ben Affleck was not himself. Like, you could tell, like, the scenes that he filmed with Zack Snyder and the scenes that he filmed with Joss Whedon. You know, but also, you know, the thing is, like, with the Snyder Cut and all that coming out, again, it's going to throw in the what if category. You know, what if Snyder's film came out? Like, what would happen to Batman? Would Pattinson be playing Batman? Or Affleck would be playing Batman? It's kind of one of those questions, and yeah, it's one of those things. Like, it's gonna be like the what if moment, and hopefully, like, with the Snyder Cut coming out on HBO Max, it would open the door for other DC films to be released through the HBO Max thing. I mean, I still think they could do Cyborg on HBO Max. I mean, an HBO Max movie of Cyborg, like with Ray Fisher playing Cyborg and all that. Like, it would be interesting. You know, for me, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what happens with the other films. You know, so. Here's the also been stating that for months now. The launch of the HBO Max, of course, those AT&T executives are well of the enormous fan base of the Snyder Cut. So why not make them happy? I think honestly, but also somebody involved with the Air Force recently. Oh wait, hold on. Here's other parts that were revealed. Reportedly, certain Warner Brothers executives did not enjoy the Snyder Cut. The good news is no longer it's involved with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers executives massively interfered with Zack Snyder's version of the DCEU. YouTuber Grace Randolph said that Zack Snyder's cut is very much in play of, and Zack had huge plans, including filming certain scenes possibly involving the Martian Manhunter. Ah, shit, that would have been awesome. I wish they would have done that. Like, fuck. That would have been so fucking awesome. Martian Manhunter finally coming to the big screen. Like, I hate the Supergirl version they have of Martian Manhunter. I fucking hate it. I hate Supergirl show. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like that show. Oh, man, that would have been fucking awesome. Yeah. A new rumor of somebody involved with the Air Force recently said Snyder Cut teaser will be released with the launch of HBO Max streaming service May 27th. As I've been stating for months now, everything that has happened, that has It has to do with the launch of HBO Max. Of course, AT&T executives know the enormous fan base of. I read that part. Zack Snyder also announced he'll be doing a Man of Steel watch party, perhaps similar to his Batman v Superman watch party, and he might do his tease for his Justice League film. So, I wish I hope he does the Martian Manhunter scenes that he had planned to film. Like, that would have been so awesome. Like, Martian Manhunter is one of those cool characters that, you know, if you watch Justice League the animated series, like, he is possibly the reason why you watched it, because he had this cool attitude. Like, he was really awesome, and I love his return to Justice League Unlimited. He returned for, like, I think he was in it, then he left, and he returned in, like, the final episode of the series to help the other heroes defeat the villains. The villain that was invading Darkseid and stuff. Like, that was really awesome. Yeah. That was an awesome one. Hold on, what's this one? Have you heard about Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther and stuff? I've heard about. I even saw photos of him. Like, he lost like a ton of weight. Chadwick Boseman. It was insane, like, how much weight he lost. Percy Jackson TV series coming to Disney Plus. Pass. Yeah, I've heard about how much weight he lost and all that. The Chadwick Boseman thing. Yeah, I know he was, like, naturally a skinny dude, and, like, now he just does not look well. Like, I don't know if he's doing it for a movie role, that he's losing all that weight, but it's kind of insane. Like, it's the 5th of 2020, and the 5th month of 2020, and he has to do Black Panther by 2021, which is, like, the release date for, like, Black Panther. And I know they talked about possibly replacing him with his sister being the Black Panther, which is, I think, in the comics. I don't know for sure, but I don't read Marvel, so I mean, I feel bad for the dude. Like, the dude is such a good actor. Like, he played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42, the Jackie Robinson story, which had Harrison Ford playing the manager, general manager, and all that, and Christopher Minelli was in it as the baseball manager. And the ironic thing was, the guy who Harrison Ford played as was the general manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. And it was really cool. You know, the movie was really, really good. Like, I love baseball. I'm a huge baseball fanatic. Chadwick Boseman knocked out of the park, literally, out of the park playing Jackie Robinson. From his, like, he got everything right. He looked like Jackie Robinson. Like, Chadwick Boseman is, like, I have to say, is in the same level as Christian Bale of acting. And that is a compliment, because he's a good actor. He's one of those guys who just gives a damn about what he's doing. And him playing Jackie Robinson, he gave it his all in that film. Like, he got everything down. Like, the way Jackie Robinson, you know, the look, the way Jackie Robinson stood at the plate, you know, and the way Jackie Robinson ran from base stealing, you know, like, Boseman got everything down to the T of being Jackie Robinson. And as a person who is a somewhat baseball historian, I'm using that term loosely, Bozeman did it. Like, he knocked it out of the park, man. Like, and now, like, possibly replacing the dude who, you know, it's kind of sad though in a way, because he barely, like, played Black Panther that long. Like, he did Civil War, which possibly was the reason I saw Civil War, was to see Black Panther show up. He was in the Solo film, and he was in the the last two Avenger movies. And I seen the one, Infinity War. I didn't see Endgame. I haven't gotten around to seeing Endgame. But when I found out, spoiler, I did see Endgame. Spoiler, when Iron Man died, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I love the character Iron Man. I will admit, like, Iron Man's like one of my favorites in the MCU. And Robert Downey Jr. is like one of my favorite actors. Like, I like the movie Soap Dish he was in. He was in Soap Dish with Whoopi Goldberg. And it was about the soap opera show, and he was the writer of the soap opera show. And Whoopi Goldberg comes in. This is my favorite moment of the movie. I recommend Soap Dish for anyone who's never seen it or heard of it. It's a really good movie. It's funny. Sally Field is in it. And Sally Field's one of my favorite actresses. She was in the Smokey and the Bandit. Like, that is my favorite. One of my favorite movies. Burt Reynolds, the man, you know, God rest his soul. Like, that dude went through a lot in life. That poor dude just did not deserve what happened to him. So Whoopi Goldberg comes in, and she is talking to Robert Downey Jr., who I think is putting together a sailboat in a bottle or something. I forget what he was doing. And she was like, "You can't bring this dude back." He goes, "Why not?" You know. She goes, "He's dead. He got his head decapitated in a car accident." He goes, "He's alive. They just froze. They put the head on ice, and they reattached surgically, and it took him a while to recover, and he came back." And she goes, "He can't come back. He got no head." like, it was like my favorite moment in the show. Like, the movie, it was just like, you have to watch it for yourself, because I can't do the scene justice, because Whoopi Goldberg just has like this amazing like expression on her face, like explaining to Robert Downey Jr., this guy has no head, he can't come back. You know, it was one of those ridiculous things about soap opera shows. Like, I remember watching soap opera shows with my sister and my grandma, and it made absolute no sense, because those type of shows took reality and physics and threw it out the window. You know, unless it's Dark Shadows, then by all means you could go all supernatural as you want with it. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I wish they would make soap opera shows like real as possible. Like, make them for like regular folks. You know, involve the hillbilly style to it. Like, you know, like, that's what you need. You need like the hillbilly. You need the white trash days of our lives. You know, like, you need the intro instead of like sand growing through an hourglass. It's time for the days of our lives. Instead of be like, just like beer going through a mug, then going through a redneck's bladder after drinking it. It's the white trash days of our lives. Like, that's what you need. You need that type of show. You need that type of show. You need the, you know, you need the scene like the scene like you have this, you know, this hillbilly with chewing tobacco, you know, like stains on his shirt. He's sitting, he's watching you know, NASCAR or wrestling, and all of a sudden he's holding the cat, and you know, the wife comes in. You know, she comes into the scene. They live in a trailer. They don't live in this nice mansion. That's the thing that's ridiculous about soap operas and stuff. And it's the same with Hallmark movies. Like, they have this nice, fancy-ass house. It's like, why can't you just do something real for once? So, they're sitting on the couch, you know, they're in the trailer. You know, she comes in, you know, from the kitchen, she goes, Dan, I need to tell you something. And he goes, what is it? You know, and she goes, you know how you love, you know, Jerry, the dog? No, not the, yeah. He goes, yeah. She goes, Jerry's not yours. And he goes, what? And, you know, he hands her the dog. And he runs to the bathroom. She goes, please, Jerry, forgive me. I don't mean to do this. And she goes, like, I'm writing this scene out in my head. I don't know why I'm fucking writing this scene out in my head. I should not create a soap opera show. And, you know, she begs for forgiveness. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He goes, like, oh, I had my suspicion. Jerry had 3 legs. That one has 1, 2, 3. That one has 4. And Jerry wasn't a dog. He was a cat. That's a dog. It's just like the stupidest shit I come up with in my head. I don't know why. But it would be an amazing soap opera show. You know. He has the mullet. He has like the mustache. You know. You know, he has a nice car, but it's on a cinder blocks, wheels. It's kind of like that with Barbie. Like, they need to create the white trash Barbie. You know. Yeah. Ken has the big old, beer belly. Yeah, he also has a mullet. Yeah, he comes in. What are we having for dinner, Barbie? Brr. And of course, she would be like, fish sticks. I don't know why. They need to make shit like this real. You know, they always keep talking about, like Mattel keeps talking about, we're making Barbies for, represents everybody. What about the hillbillies, man? You imagine the shit you can make with that? Ken's little, like hunting stuff, like he have a deer stand, his guns and, his hunting equipment. Barbie could have Barbie could have her, her little dream trailer. Her little Camaro could be on cinder blocks. Like, you could create a lot of shit out of the hillbilly stuff of Barbie. Like, that's what you need to do. Like, you need to make that now. Like, you're making everything for everybody else. Well, what about us? Like, us people who would actually buy this shit that we don't buy just for our amusement. Like, you can do that. I mean, if they did that with Captain America, if they made the hillbilly captain, I would buy it. Hillbilly Iron Man. Instead of the Iron Man suit, you have blue ribbon beer cans covering him. I would buy that. I would buy that. Like...
Hillbilly Hulk. Bruce Banner is a skinny twig hillbilly, but once you piss him off about his favorite baseball team, he becomes the Hulk. I would buy that. Spider-Man. You remove the mask and it's just a dude with a mullet. He has Mary Jane Watson. Or no, wait, better yet, Gwen Stacy, this bleached hair Gwen Stacy. You get to see like part of her dark roots. I would buy it. I would buy that so much. They need to do that. They need to start making hillbilly superhero figures. Like, you need to do that. Like, I would love that so much. Then they could do DC, and DC would go all out. DC would go all out. Instead of the Batcave, it's a shed with a lot of his gadgets. You know, it has the Batmobile. Instead of the Batmobile, it's like a Batmobile pickup truck with a giant bat symbol on the side. You have Catwoman, who's there as well. You know, saying, "You're gonna come out of that shed." The boy's been wanting to play baseball. like that's what you could do. You can create that. I would buy that. I would buy the entire play set to it. The Wayne Manor home. The Batcave shed, the Batmobile pickup truck, the figures, I would buy it all. They need to do that. They need to start making hillbilly superheroes. Like, shit, that would be so awesome. I mean, they could do the Frank Miller Batman design from Batman Year One and put in that figure. I would buy it. Put it with the hillbilly heroes that you got. Frank Miller basically did the prototype Batman. Hockey pads and all that shit. I would buy it. That'd be so awesome, though. Like, would you imagine, like, you know, like, Iron Man. Iron Man. He would do, like, the whole, like, you know, with the whole beer can suit thing. You know, instead of, like, one of those missile things, it's like it's a bottle rocket. Yeah, he'd be like, "Hold on, let me fire this." He lights it up. Like, shit, that would be awesome. I would buy that, man. That would be so fucking awesome. Like, yeah, like, I mean, Punisher you can do. Like, Punisher you could easily do. You could just make it a dude who wears, like, hunting uniform. Deers call me the Punisher. Oh, shit. I know someone at Disney's like, yeah, that dude is smart. I mean, that's what they need to do. They need to start making action figures and stuff people would not buy, but once they saw it and found amusement in it, they would buy it. I'm just saying it, like, you know, I'm not making this up. I walked down the Barbie aisle once, and the prices are ridiculous. It's like, who the hell would buy that? But if I saw the white trash hillbilly Barbie set, I'd be like, fuck, I would buy that. Kid has a little beer can, you know, a little pop belly. I'd be like, shit, that's pretty awesome. But, you know, like... So anyway, I guess we're wrapping up the podcast. I gotta come up with more material for that. Like, that would be so awesome. Like, you know, I should tweet Mattel that. Make the hillbilly Barbie set. Hold on, here's another question. Did you see the Batmobile monster truck? Yes. I did. I saw that. I saw the Batmobile monster truck, and I thought, like, that is awesome. Like, I remember they did actually do the monster truck, like Batmobile monster truck. Like, they did that one. They did the Superman. They did Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo one was pretty cool. Like, I love that one. I think they did, like, shit. I remember WCW used to do it. They had the Goldberg one and the NWO one, and I think they did for a while they did, like, Iron Man. I think, if I remember correctly, they did Iron Man, Spider-Man, and stuff. Like, they did a lot of cool stuff back in the day. It's back when Monster Jam was, like, the huge, big thing. Like, it was, like, popular and shit. And Gravedigger. And it's sad, though, like, the original Gravedigger driver retired. You know, I think his son's now taken over. Yeah, I remember they did, like, the Batmobile, Scooby-Doo, Superman, and stuff. Like, they were pretty awesome, like, looking ones. Like, I loved the Scooby-Doo one, like I said. Like, Scooby-Doo was awesome. And so was the Batman one. The Superman one was pretty dope looking and stuff. Like, the Batmobile, it looked literally like the Batmobile. Like, imagine the Batmobile classic Burton design. Whammo. Like, it was that. It was that, and it had, like, the bat symbol on the sides of it. Like, and all of a sudden, up next is the Batmobile. Like, you know, like, and Batmobile just tore it up on. It was pretty cool looking. Like, I remember, like, the Scooby-Doo one was pretty cool. Like, it had, like, the giant Scooby ears, the tongue sticking out, and it you know, it was cool looking. Like, I gotta find the photos of it and post it, because they were really, like, awesome looking. So anyway, so we're wrapping up the show. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, remember the first part of the show, the early part of the show I said was, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love who you are. Go out and do what you want to do. You know, it's basically that in life. You know, like, life is short, and after seeing everything that happens during this whole crazy ass pandemic media frenzy shit, once everything opens back up, enjoy life. Go out, go places that you always dreamed about, you always wanted to go to, and go to it. Like, just live the moment. Or better yet, live in the moment. That's how life should be now. I think after seeing everything that happens and everything that's been going on in this crazy ass world that feels like a nightmare, I'd say when everything opens up, everything opens back up, live the moment. Enjoy life. Love yourself. Create an adventure. Like, I'm not making stuff. I took one of my Batman notebooks. I wrote down a list of things I wanted to go do and places I want to go see. And that's what I'm doing. Like, I think everybody should do that. Everybody should create a journal, start saving up the money, and go to those places and go and live those moments. Like, create something that you want to do in life. I mean, you know how easy it is? You could do it for The Sims, but how difficult it is in life. I think, like, the same amount of time you put into something, you should go do it. You should go and live the moment. You know, make yourself happy. Make yourself live the dreams that you dreamed about. I think that's how it should be. I think that's what a lot of people should do. Like, there's places I always wanted to go to. Like, I always wanted to go to Hannibal, Missouri, and go to the Mark Twain museum, because I'm a great admirer of Mark Twain and his writing and stuff. And I always wanted to go there. And I always wanted to go to the Hannibal Caves. You know, and walk around the caves and see what it's like, see what's inside. And
That's the thing I always wanted to go see, like, and I always wanted to go to, oddly enough, I always wanted to go to, California for some odd reason. Go see the Batman 66 museum for some funny reason. But, right now I'm taking one step at a time. Like, right now, I want to go see Hannibal, Missouri. See the Mark Twain Museum. See where he grew up. See the caves. Like that's the caves are like under, believe it or not, under the town. And stuff. Like, I always wanted to see that. I don't know why. But anyway, finally I have to say again, love yourself. Live for the moment. So I will, I think I'll see you. I think we're going to do a show tomorrow. I don't know. My dad has to go to the doctor, and I don't know when he's going to the doctor. He hasn't responded back. Last time I went with him to the doctor, I basically told the doctor, like, what he's there for, because my dad wouldn't tell him. But he's finally quit smoking. He's on the patch. The smoking, the patch you put on your nicotine patch on your arm. So, anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. I will post the stuff I talked about. I think someone made a Hillbilly Barbie set. Someone sent me a message saying someone made it, and it's on Google. So I will see you all tomorrow.